Good evening. This is me in Seattle. I guess I always say my name in every video. Maybe in this video I will not say my name. I'm feeling really sad and melancholy, and it's November 6th, 2025. Um, I'm feeling creeped out by my challenges and really sad in this gloomy Seattle weather. And I will share something positive. Goddess Kring will perform two of her original songs during these six performances of short plays, 2 weekends in a row, coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, November 14, 15, and 16, 2025, as well as November 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 2025, 7:30 p.m. on the Fridays and Saturdays, and 2 p.m. on the Sundays. This is the Seattle Center Armory Building, fourth floor in Theater of Puget Sound Space, theater number 4 on the fourth floor. Um, Basically, it's 305 Harrison Street, Seattle, 98109. I also have my artwork at the Side Rail Collective here in Seattle right now, some small pieces, non representational abstract paintings, and some photography prints. And then at Art Not Terminal Gallery at Seattle Center, I have a San Diego, a photo collage, and that's hanging at both of those places. What else did I write? Recently, I've been having a heck of a time. My friend was going to take me out to dinner for my birthday, but the timing didn't work out. My birthday was October 25th, 2025, and I had a meltdown. I had an autistic meltdown, a freak out. It seems like I'm doing fine with my jobs. Like I'm an art model, I'm a standardized patient for medical students. I take care of cats and dogs, pet sitter, dog walker, and all of that. I'm really good at all of that, and I can handle it. But my personal life, I've been having like meltdowns and having to cancel plans with family and friends. And what did I say? I said recently, be your own hero. I said, I've always wanted to be famous and I probably always will, but I also want to detach from needing fame to feel successful. I'm reminded that I mostly do my art for my own satisfaction, so I really want to try and remember to do the best art that I can and publish it for myself and put it out into the world and completely try and detach from needing other people to like what I do. I don't depend on my art financially at all because I make a living in other ways, so I have total freedom to do my art the way I want to do my art. And I can publish it and put it out into the world and not allow anyone to say no to me. I can publish my own work. And even though some of my art is good enough to get into a juried gallery, actually, I have gotten into a couple juried galleries, but mostly I've shared my art in non-juried galleries so that nobody can say no to me. I haven't really tried to really be competitive with other artists in terms of getting into a fancy gallery. It would be icing on the cake when other people like what I do. I don't need other people to like what I do, and yet I still want to publish it because I'm proud of what I do and I don't want to hide it in shame. And then two of my favorite songs that I've written right now are Dumpster Diving Boots and Cactus Hugging Vulnerable Viking. Those are probably the ones I'm going to perform during the plays in Seattle that I'm in. And then I wrote Humans in Captivity. Would you like a barcode with that? In some ways, the Amish people are onto something. Truth hijacking comes to mind in terms of some of the things that humans are persuaded into believing. And we're not allowed to listen to people who are spreading misinformation. And yet, one person's paranoid, delusional conspiracy theories is another person's propaganda. So, who's to say if something is propaganda or a conspiracy theory that isn't true versus a conspiracy theory that is true? Very disorienting experience. Staying in touch with heart and soul and nature, that's my goal. When I say free range human being, I mean that, like the way we put animals in cages, humans are also in their own kind of cage right now. I guess it's been this way a long time, but it's just more obvious than ever before. It's like we're being encouraged to forget about nature and biology, except for we're allowed to believe in the sponsored by large corporations version of science, nature, biology, trademark, blah, 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 genetically modified, blah, 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 and just go with the tech, 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 tech. And we're supposed to think that's about human rights and freedom, but I think it's about being hijacked into thinking that something is about freedom, but it's really about something else, another agenda. The technocracy agenda, the 2030, and all that jazz. So, yeah, just call me a conspiracy theorist when I say things like that. But I know the lighting isn't very good, but this is my video for today. I am really stressed out, but I'm really grateful that I'm taking care of a kitty named Steve McQueen right now, and it's a really stormy, rainy night, although it looks like the rain is subsiding, which is nice. I was maybe going to go to a swimming pool somewhere, and tomorrow morning I have to get up really early and ride my bicycle to the ferry. We'll see if it how rainy it is. I was thinking I would even drive my car onto the ferry, but that really cuts into my profit as an art model, and it also uh, I run the risk of getting stuck in a ferry line. So I'm going to go take care of a kitty and get some exercise and try to take better care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm really sorry because of this rain. My friend has a leak in his basement. I hope it's not too bad. He has special things happening in his basement with his art, so hopefully that's not going to mess up his studio space for his creativity. And I forgot what else I was going to say. I'm trying to focus on what I'm grateful for instead of focusing on all the things that are creeping me out and upsetting me. When I say the poem self-abandonment got me self-abandonment got me stranded again, polluted and uprooted. I feel like I need to learn how to take good care of myself and not abandon myself. I've alienated people in my personal life lately with my moods and my anger and my frustration, and I'm sorry about it, but at the same time, I guess I just need my space right now. I'm able to maintain my jobs and my work, but I'm actually pretty miserable. People have suggested that I go into getting some therapy. I've done probably about 30 years of therapy. I'm 57 right now, and I started the first time I ever saw a therapist, I was 22, and I made progress and I've learned some things about myself, but I feel like I'm just kind of spiraling in a circle when I work with a therapist. And it's been years though since I've talked to somebody, so maybe it would be helpful. I feel like I need a career coach. I have a lot of artistic talent and potential, and yet I'm ADHD and dyslexic and autistic, so I'm kind of disorganized and all over the map, and my life is pretty complicated, but I'm handling it pretty well. And I work at like 15 different places, many different medical schools and art schools, and it's very, very complicated. My schedule is extremely complicated. My art car is beautiful. People like my car. I am grateful that I can take care of beautiful animals. I work with a lot of really nice people in all my different jobs, and I'm really grateful for that. My personal life, I guess I'm glad that all my friends have not given up on me because I've alienated a lot of people. My mom and dad love me, and I love them. My dad's 3,000 miles away. My mom is 2 hours away. Long story. So I'll figure it out. I just am in a really kind of a sad mood. I feel stressed out and angry and grateful for all of the good things. And I'm very stoic. And I just keep working, 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 constantly working and exhausting myself with all of my jobs. And yet I feel like that's just better than saying no. I feel like, but self-care might be that I didn't need to work so much. And if I could take some time off, I've thought about retiring in San Diego, this gloomy, dark gray, wet, mossy, moldy, and mildewy weather. Seattle is nice and green, and I like the plants and the nature that's here, but the dark gray, wet, moldy, mildewy skies just kind of are a bummer every year. And every year I dread the rainy season from like November all the way to February or March or April or May, and then finally it's warmer and sunnier for like half the year, maybe less than half the year. I don't know, but I've lived here since 1977 when I was 9 years old. I've thought about moving back to San Diego many times. I just went there recently. I've been there 3 or 4 times since we moved away from there when I was 9 years old, and I still love it in San Diego. The eucalyptus trees and the ocean and just the vibes down there are just a little bit more relaxing than here in Seattle. And there's less of a passive aggressive energy, and there's more of a mellow. What did they go? The surfers, they go hang loose. What is the surf? Is that the surfer? Forgive me, that's if that's a not. Never mind. I can't do the hang 10, hang loose surfer symbol, whatever that is. People in San Diego that liked, because we drove my art car all the way down there, they gave me the hang 10, hang loose symbol when, in Seattle, they mostly go thumbs up when they see my art car and they like it. It's for those of you who don't know, I have a Honda Fit that's I took 3 years gluing rhinestones all over my car and I made a very beautiful art car. Um, and I'm happy that I can entertain people with my car. And I love my car. It cheers me up when I see it. So I'm going to go now and get ready and take care of Steve McQueen, the kitty, and get ready for my modeling job tomorrow morning and wrap up the time with the kitty. And excited that I'm in that play and doing Goddess Crane music in the play, and excited that I've got good things going in my life, in my career. I am really sad about certain aspects of my personal life, and I'm really embarrassed about some of my negative behavior. I have had some autistic meltdowns in my personal life. It doesn't seem to interfere with my career or my job. I seem to be able to be very stoic and strong, even if I'm in a really bad mood emotionally and feel fragile. I'm very stoic and very strong, and the show must go on with my jobs. But I kind of fell apart. And actually, I volunteered at an art gallery and I fell apart a little bit and cried behind the scenes. And this man at the art gallery helped me through that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the kindness and the compassion and the empathy. But I run the risk of embarrassing myself and alienating myself from other people when I act that way, which is not professional. Thankfully, there was no public people in the art gallery when I sort of fell apart behind the scenes in the back room, and the guy helped me through it. There was nobody else in the gallery, I think. But I got to watch out for that. I got to stay professional no matter what. And I feel like I need more time off, more time to rest and recharge and rejuvenate, and more time for self-care, more time for me to really take care of myself. I put everything into my job and my career because I'm good at that. And my personal life, I can't say I'm happy in my personal life. I've got friends, but the relationships are kind of a little bit on the rocks right now. My friends and I'm feeling pretty rocky with most of my friends, and I'm lucky they haven't given up on me completely. But my personal life is not very happy, but my professional life is going well, and it's been that way most of my life. My job, career, art life is usually way more functional than my personal life. Uh, Oh well. So I'm glad I live alone and I'm not annoying anybody with my moods because I live by myself and it's just me and my houseplants. I don't even have a pet anymore. So my cat passed away 3 years ago. Kisoon, the beautiful orange kitty Kisoon, he passed away 3 years ago, and I haven't gotten a new cat. This is the first time in my life I haven't had a pet actually. In my entire life, I've always had a cat. My family, my mom, my dad, me, we've always seemed to have cats, and had a dog briefly in high school, but mostly I've had cats my entire life, and my grandma always had dogs and cats, and my mom and dad usually always have a cat. I don't have any pets right now, so it's pretty lonely here, but I like my space, and I help take care of all kinds of other dogs and cats that are not my dogs and cats, and I don't really miss having to take my cat to the vet. I don't miss having a cat that's picky about what it eats and wanting to feed it the healthiest food possible, even though that's expensive. And I don't miss having to buy cat litter. I don't miss worrying about my cat when I'm away. I'm a pretty busy person, so if I had a cat, the poor kitty would be alone a lot of the time, and I don't think that would be very fair to the cat. So, but I am lonely without a cat, so I'm gonna go take care of another cat right now. And have a good night, everyone. Just wanted to catch you all up, and it is embarrassing that I've had this YouTube channel for 20 years and I have less than 2,000 subscribers, but I guess that's because I'm either shadow banned or I'm just such a weird person that my videos just don't seem to connect with a wider audience. If you want to like and subscribe to my channel, hey, that would be great. But I understand if I'm just not really everyone's cup of tea. I'm all over the map. I'm an improvisational, creative person. I don't really fit into a box. Um, yeah, it's just improv, random style expression. My name is Shannon Nicole Kringen, Goddess Kring. I live in Seattle. There, I said my name at the end of the video instead of the beginning. And thanks for listening. Hope you got something out of this video. I'm going to listen back and try to learn something in this from this video that I just did. Bye for now. And you can look up Shannon Kringen music and art. If you just look up Shannon Kringen Goddess Kring, you'll find music and art and photography and poetry and all kinds of things I've done in the last 25 years that I've been feeding to the internet for 25 years since the year 2000. I used to do public access TV in Seattle from 96 to 2011, but mostly I've just been sharing on all my blogs and my shannonkringen.com website for 25 years. Bye for now. Good luck.